Wow.
Oh boy. Interesting pick.
Well,
what? What?
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
That's cute.
So it is going to be SOS, guys. Don't be confused. Going up against Soulkey on this map, Outboxer. And
I'm glad because I did all this theory craft about like ZVP on this map. I'm like, oh, it's ZVZ after all. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think this is obviously the right choice. I think most people, watching would agree. SOS send him out here. If by some chance he fails, it's definitely a lot of flexibility there on a habitation station with Cure and Rogue down the pipe for playing either a TVZ or a ZVZ respectively. And really feeling like this could be the end if SOS is playing as well as he did just moments before, man. He's looking really, really solid. I mean, remind yourselves that Soulkey's stats against Proleague are 3 and 4. He's only played 7. He's not doing so hot in individual leagues right now, but
it's definitely not his strongest matchup. Versus Terran, he's 6 and 1. Versus Zerg, he's 6 and 2. And versus Protoss, 3 and 4.
Yeah, says a lot for sure. And this is one of the biggest Protoss players in the world, SOS. He's been on top, won so many tournaments, has so much experience, and played so well yesterday. Are we going to see DTs, guys?
Yes.
Who knows? Could be.
It could be, man. It's all up to this. That SOS smile, the most terrifying thing you will ever face. It's time now, Soulkey versus SOS, and what could be the very last game of round 4.
Down here in the bottom right in the orange for SK Telecom, the Zerg player. It's Soulkey.
And over here in the top left in green for JINAIR Green Wings. It is, in fact, $, oh $. It's SOS.
DT, ODT.
Cash-a-doodle-doo.
Cash-a-doodle-doo. Some cutie flight attendants. I'm going to take JINAIR next time I fly.
Yeah, me too, man. Let's fly together. Okay, piling on the low ground.
This is SOS we're talking about.
Yeah. Soulkey is actually going to go for a 9 pool.
Oh.
This is going to get pretty crazy.
It's going to be crazy. And you know what? We don't see a probe scout with this pylon on the low ground, which is a big deal, guys. We could actually see death from this.
Could absolutely happen.
We could see it, guys.
Could be death.
It could be death. He's going to die. If Zerglings get into the base before a pylon is down in the main or any scouting is done whatsoever, you will just die because obviously the Forge Fast Expand is the best thing you can do against an early pole because you scout, you go, oh god, it's going to be a Ling Rush, so I just put a pylon in the main, I put a cannon in my mineral line, and I'm safe. And let's hope this probe goes the right way. Otherwise, these Zerglings are going to get in and they're going to do some critical damage.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty. Pool is done here. He actually makes a lot of drones.
Okay, maybe not a pool. Maybe not a Ling Rush. Maybe, interesting.
Well, he's got 2.
What do you think about this? Do you think he just wants to dance the Lings and just kind of send them in there?
I think he wants to... That's a really hard question. What's his plan? Is he just really afraid of like cannon rushes? So he got Zerglings out so quickly that he's just going to stop cannon rushes. I think that has to be it. He just wants to have like the safest natural ever. He's going to stop these...
I guess not a bad idea on this map against SOS.
Yeah.
But he sends the Zerglings away, actually. The cannon, of course, is started at home. But he can block this with a probe. I don't think this build really worked out for him. I mean, yeah, he blocks the cannon rush, but a simple pull first is usually enough to do that.
Maybe, yeah, I'm guessing because the geysers, the way the back of the base of the natural is like kind of built, it can like be a really brutal cannon rush regardless. So he's going to make sure that can never happen by getting these Zerglings so early. That
it also delays the Nexus, you know. He made a cannon first because he was concerned.
Yeah, he had to force out of SimCity, which is also good. So obviously not a terrible position for Soulkey whatsoever.
Yeah, this is actually one of those games I'll definitely go back and review, like, you know, how much economic damage is actually done by this and who really gets the better trade with these openings, because that's It's definitely really cool, and it could be some sort of new innovative meta if it's actually pretty efficient on two-player maps to do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, SOS is renowned for his cannon rushes. He has won a lot of money from just cannon rushing at the right time.
And you know what? Soulkey's also known for early pools. He's done a lot of those.
But I think it's going to go pretty natural, pretty standard sort of game from here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pretty fast third base from Soulkey going to that sort of standard 3 base versus Forge fast expand.
Probe sneaks by. Soulkey not paying attention, not going to get the follow, and he's going to get a good scout.
Yeah.
I have to say.
He's going to cannon the third, man.
He could. He could. It hasn't been built yet. It's got a long time to go, so he could definitely shut it down if he wants to.
5 more drones on the way. He's actually still behind in workers.
Gets here at the perfect time to block.
Oh, my God.
What? Oh, that's so frustrating.
I think he'll probably pylon block, actually, because there are no Zerglings to be seen. The only 2 that are coming back are going to take a long time to kill it as well.
Yeah, there's a pylon. Doesn't want to lose that drone. One more hit.
Gets out.
Yeah.
Forces the drone to follow for a long time, so he's going to have that third even more delayed. And we see a Stargate going up, half done already. Because he had to get that gateway first to create the block, he did tech really fast. So
Let's it complete.
Yeah.
Drone needs a fight.
Well, you know, he's shutting it down for as long as he can.
Drone looks like a boxer, man. Look at him. 1-2 punch.
Left, right.
Is that actually like what the Korean commentator just said too? Like, I think that's actually what he just said. He said 1-2 like the drone was punching. That's so funny. I guess I think alike.
It's the Oracle, but Overlord.
Overlord's on the way out.
Oh man, and sees no gas.
Yeah.
SOS only taking the gases in his main. There is an Overlord going in there.
He should be able to see it.
Yeah. Will it be too late there? It's going to be very close timing.
He sees it.
He sees it finally.
Yeah.
No spores going up just yet, though. Extra queen being built. And there's 2 spores.
2 spores for now. This probe over there gonna make that third base, it looks like. But these 2 Zerglings being annoying.
Void's on the follow-up to hold, secure that and hold that third base. Pretty common follow-up on this map after the Oracle. Should be able to get about 4 kills here with a spore not done. It's 3. Oh, 2 actually. It doesn't even get the third.
Yeah.
Missed 2 of those kills there, actually.
And we see no Robo just yet, but we do see Void Ray production, so it's going to kind of protect him against like Ling Roach sort of pressure on the third base. But he'll definitely want to get his Robo up soon to stop any sort of timing, especially from Hydras. This map is great for Hydra timings, considering how open it is and considering how many angles you have to attack the third and the natural. So he wants to get that down pretty soon. But an extra Stargate could also do the trick.
No Robo also means no islands, and there's actually, you know, Overlord's actually in place of both of those just in case there's such a thing. So he's gonna come over here and target down a few more drones. He's got a lot of energy on this, and those spores, man, he's getting a lot of kills.
Wow. Gets 7 and gets out. See some nice damage done there. Spire on the way.
Ooh. If you think about it too, every spore caller is kind of like a drone that was killed, like that you paid money to kill actually, because it's not going to be mining anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if you get it too late, it kind of defeats the purpose, but obviously we'll keep him safe from that Oracle from now on.
It's not a bad choice, but it forces that. That's money spent.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's always doing damage regardless, because you have to defend against it.
So now he's identified there are 2 Stargates, and that's going to make him a little bit annoyed because he knows Void Rays are in production, and now he's going to be like, okay, well, how do I regain air control? It's definitely not going to be easy.
Well, looks like it's going to be Charge Lot Void Ray. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. And there's a charge, there's a +1. So this is kind of a very difficult build to kind of deal with. Zerg has to really make the perfect counter to it because, you know, Hydras are good, but speed zealots are great against Hydras. Like, so you got to have this great mix of Roach Hydra Ling. You're going to have like buffer. Or you can go in the late game, make Swarm Host, so he has to really transition into Robo especially because Zealot's not going to do anything against Locusts. So it's a very hard composition to deal with, but he did get a perfect scout, so I'm pretty sure Soulkey knows exactly what's going on.
Well, I wanted to say, like, the other thing is it's so difficult to actually identify that it's Charge Zealots too. You might think, well, he's making Blink, like, you know, what's going on? And if you don't actually see that, that can make this difficult. He is making Hydras now, which are going to be pretty good against Blinkstalkers or Charge Zealots, so I think that's the right response.
He's looking to be really aggressive with this, actually. He stopped at 55 probes, actually.
Oh!
Catches the queen. Nice force field here. Gonna get them for the Hydras. They pop out. They're focusing down the Void Rage. They get one. Could they get another? Some other Hydras come out here as well.
That is huge if he gets his Void Rage targeted. Down to 6 health. It does escape, but still so low now. A few Phoenixes here to help out, to lift. And the Charged Zealots are walking across the map. There is a piling up right now. A lot of gates, but 12 more Hydras.
Oh, Mothership Core goes down.
Oh, boy. This is looking not so good anymore for SOS. Might want to abandon this idea all along.
Well, I mean, there's still only 8 Hydras. Like, he cannot really fight against Charge-Lots with 8 Hydras. And if this Oracle actually came with the rest of the army, that's going to do so much damage to Hydras especially. So Soulkey has to be so careful right now.
He gets that reveal on 4 of those Hydras, but it does go down. And still, a lot of these Phoenixes are out, and those Charge-Lots, and all he's got is Hydras, like he did mention. I'm not sure if he wants to fight here off a creep, actually. A lot of lifts as well, and the Charge-Lots rush in, killing a ton of them.
Oh, wow. This is a beautiful combination. These extra Phoenixes later can just lift up extra Hydras and do so much damage.
Oh, my God. This is actually so many Zealots here. Needs more units out, you know? He's got enough Hydras to deal with the Void Rays, but maybe some Roaches would be nice here. Drones blocking. Nice stop position, Micro. He's kiting. So much. The Void Rays at the back are actually not helping, but I don't know if Soulkey has enough, man. It's down to 34 army supply. This could all just end right here, right now.
He's gotten all the Hydras. There's one left in the back. He's killed so many drones. The Queens are here as well. They get picked up as they pop out.
And that is going to be it.
A big smirk on SOS's face. He nods to himself. He kills the Hydra Den. And it looks like he's done it. GG!
JINAIR wins it. Takes out Soulkey. And JINAIR has now advanced to second place, passing KT Rolster.
A beautiful all-in there. Beautifully done, beautifully executed. Phoenix follow-up from the 2 Stargates does so much work, and Soulkey didn't make any Roaches or because he had no buffer of the Charge Launch, which is exactly what you need against that build.
Yeah, you know, I really thought he had more Hydras in general, but like you mentioned that you were like, well, he's only got 8. I was like, oh my God, he's only got 8, you know? He droned. When he saw the Void Rays move out, and when he killed the first Void Ray, he started 12 drones.
Yeah.
He started 12 drones, and that was exactly the wrong choice.
Exactly the number one wrong choice you could have made at that point is making drones, because that was purely an all-in. But he didn't know. He didn't scout it. He wasn't sure.
It's so hard to identify. You know, maybe even adding some spine crawlers could have been helpful, but
anything could have been helpful at that point. Anything that's an army unit. He had to deal with Zealots. What a win. What a great win for JINAIR. Definitely not expected. My prediction was wrong. Our prediction was wrong. But I think it's a good thing because that was such a great win.
6 series, man.
And look at this. They have a big banner because they do win, of course, the round 4 playoffs here.
Yeah, it says thanks to all the fans who cheer for us. And
it's funny because we saw SKT hold up a similar banner at the end of round 4 saying, okay, we got first place. Like, banners flying all around, and SOS is able to finally clean up all of SKT.
He's sitting behind the plane that has his face on it. Wow.
I think True deserves a plane now, guys. Just saying, like.
Guys, I'm just saying, like, next season of GSL with these players is going to be out of control. That's why you mentioned this. Code is going to be coming up as well, by the way. On a completely unrelated note, we casting that with you, Brendan. It's going to be a lot of fun. And SOS is ecstatic, but for him, it's just another day, more money, more cash in the bank.
Just doing his job.
Does it so damn well.
He's actually so modest about the $, no $ thing. We talked to him about that yesterday, actually. He got interviewed. And it was really, really good to hear what he had to say about that. Well, I'm hoping we're going to get to hear from True, actually. I want to hear from him. I would like to hear from SOS, but I know a lot about him already.
I want to hear from both of them, guys.
Yeah, hopefully that would be ideal, right?
That'd be great. I mean, this was a pretty fast match regardless, you know. We could definitely do some time to do a couple of interviews. I'd like that a lot.
That's what I wanted. That's what I want, man. I want them to interview everybody.
Yeah.
I want them to interview me.
Let's interview Terminator, man.
Yeah.
Let's interview Terminator. Let's interview Moonblade.
Let's ask Terminator about
what if they interview Sojung, then what are we going to do?
Translates herself? I don't know. That'd be weird.
That would be weird. Well, here are our results, guys. Crew takes 3 wins over Sioux Classic and Reign, and then SOS takes the final win over Soulkey. Sioux beats Morrow and Soulkey beats True, but those are the only 2 wins for SKT. Somewhat of an upset today, I think most would argue, but really great matches, and I think the MVP, absolutely True here. Definitely proven that he is actually now a master of all 3 matchups.
Yep, absolutely. He's a top Zerg for sure. He beat Sioux Classic Reign. Those guys are so strong, and they've done so much for the scene and won so much money. Like, these guys are insane. And to take all 3 down in a row, like, that's a feat that not many people can do.
Yeah. You know, I don't really have any words of, like, I feel like SKT messed anything up in particular. I don't really feel like they made any bad choices with their players. You know, maybe sending Reign out on Frost could have been a better choice. I don't know, but like,
they just got outplayed essentially. Like, there was no critical mistake. They had their strategies, they had their builds.
True was just too good.
It went wrong. Yeah. True just scouted it out and reacted perfectly.
A scary thought, had JINAIR done even just a little bit better in round 4, they could have actually passed SKT and taken first place. Very, very close here. Here are the final point rankings. The final 4 in our playoffs for the end of the season are going to be SKT T1, JINAIR Green Wings, KT Rolster, and CJ Antis. Samsung not able to edge that win out. IM, MVP, and Prime looking a little bit weaker, but we'll be seeing them, of course, next season to see what they're bringing to the table.
Here's the postseason. You guys can see the formats and the dates. We will be taking a 1-week break after this, and then we were going to go straight into this. It's going to be T1 versus CJ Antis on that first week. It's going to be Pro League format for the first day, then winners format for the second day, which is what we have for the playoffs, and then Pro League format for the third day. Of course, it's a best of 3 days.
Yes. And keep in mind that there's a week of time in between these. If you look at the date, you can see you know, how it starts. It's going to be a week off next week. So these teams are going to have a lot of time to prepare for each other. I cannot wait to actually see the players. They'll be announced the lineups. I don't know if they'll announce lineups for both days. I feel like they won't. I feel like the last day will probably be revealed, you know, after the winners format match. So really, really sick lineup of these players going to the finals. The finals will be on the 9th. It will be in Yeongdeungpo at Times Square. We'll be talking a little bit more about that as it gets closer. A lot of information there. It's going to be a sick finals. You know, I know a lot of people, you know, I've been talking about they don't really like studio finals that much. But this is going to be like a venue, a big finals in Korea. The biggest finals we've had in StarCraft 2 really since last year. So it's going to be a very big finals. If you're thinking about making a trip down to Korea, definitely try to schedule it around